Hi, everybody. My name is Barbara Curtis, and I am here with Jennifer Burrows and Deborah Russell, who is also on this recording with us. And we are the mentors for the Food and Housing Insecurity Affinity group. And we just wanted to take a brief moment today to bring you guys some information that we felt would be helpful. We're going to cover in this video SNAP, which is also, it used to be known as food stamps, but it is called SNAP, S-N-A-P. I'm going to go over where you can apply for that on the website, on the internet, and what kind of benefits you can get for that. And then Jennifer's going to talk to you about our food pantries and our mobile food banks and options that we have available there for you. And then I'm just going to go over some helpful tips when it comes to grocery shopping on a budget, ways to stretch your dollar, but to also make sure that you're eating as healthy as possible. And then Jen is going to follow up with information about our new telehealth services that are free for all students, and it's called LionCare. We are very, very excited about this, and so hopefully you'll watch to the end of this video to learn all about that. All right, so we'll get started. So I'm going to start off by talking about SNAP. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and hopefully it's going to share successfully. Let's see here. Jen, are you able to see that?
Yes, we can see the site.
You can see that. Perfect. Okay, great. So I'll put a link to this website on the NCTC app so that you know exactly how to get to this. But I found this website. It's very helpful. I personally have been on SNAP before, so I can attest to a little bit about how this works. My family and I needed it for 2 years, and it saved our lives. It literally saved our lives when it came to getting food for ourselves. So basically what SNAP is it's government benefits that it's like a little debit card that you get that you just swipe in the machine like you would your own bank card when you pay for your groceries. And they put a certain amount of money on it each month. And then when you buy your groceries, you just swipe your SNAP card, put in your PIN, and then it takes that amount of the groceries that you just bought off of the amount that's on the card until it goes down to nothing. And then your next month, you get more money put on there if you're still qualifying for the next month for benefits. And if you don't spend all of your money for that month, that's fine. It does roll over to the next month. But it's wonderful. We were able to use our SNAP card to buy anything and everything that we needed food related. Now you cannot buy non-food items with a SNAP card. It does have to be food. And there are some other things you can't buy, like you can't buy tobacco. I think it's listed here on the website, alcohol, or it says anything that you can't eat or drink. But it's not like some of you may be familiar with a WIC, which is a government benefit for women with young children, where there's a very specific list of items that you can only buy. SNAP is not like that. It's wide open. If it's food or drink related, you can use it. I also know that you can use SNAP on some websites. I think Amazon has started accepting SNAP. And you can even use SNAP at some fast food places. Now, I don't recommend using SNAP at fast food places because that's not the best use of the money. It definitely will not go as far if you use it to buy fast food. But and I know that some gas station convenience stores also accept SNAP. But by and large, the best place to use your SNAP dollars would be definitely at the grocery store. So just going over a little bit about who SNAP is for. Like it says here, if you are between the ages of 18 and 49 and you don't have any children, it is limited. I think you get SNAP, it says, for only 3 months in a 3-year period. But if you're working 20 hours a week or if you're in a job training program, that could be a little bit longer. Now, we were able to qualify. I was working, and we have children. And so that was what allowed us to qualify. My husband was not well enough to work, so I was the one working. As far as income limits go, if you look at the family sizes here, this would be the maximum amount of income that would be allowed before you would no longer be eligible for SNAP. So the income limits are pretty high in terms of what they allow. And then down here are the monthly amounts that they allow for SNAP depending on your family size. So it has gone up a little bit. We were receiving $5.90 a month when we were getting it. So I'm glad that the numbers are gone up with inflation here. But if you spend your dollars wisely, this will feed your family very well. If you plan your meals, and I'm going to go over this in the grocery shopping tips portion of this video, but don't go to the grocery store a lot. Plan everything out. You can make this feed your family very well. Another thing I want to show you on this website up here real quick, where it says apply for benefits right here, if you click on this, and you don't have to log in, you can just click on this little X right here, and you scroll all the way down to this pre-screening tool. This is a wonderful tool. I walked through it the other day. What you do is you put in all of your information that they're going to ask you for when you actually do register for benefits. And at the end of it, it lets you know what all benefits you qualify for. So there are benefits called, there's SNAP, there's TANF, which stands for Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. And this is cash that you may need to spend on diapers or bills or whatever you might need. Now, the monthly income limits for TANF are very, very low, but that is a benefit that you might qualify for. It will also let you know what other healthcare support services and WIC benefits you might qualify for. So I highly recommend this free screening tool right here. It is not actually applying you for the benefits, so you don't have to fear. Nothing has to be, accurate. You're not going to hit a submit button at the end. I just put in a fake name when I did it. I put in fake information that kind of mirrored, where we were at that point in our lives to see, what the tool would tell me that we would have qualified for. And so I just found it to be really, really helpful. So I definitely recommend doing that. So just going back here to this website, I just think that this is a great benefit that everybody should look into. It saved us. So let me stop sharing my screen now. If you have any questions about applying for SNAP or anything like that, we're happy to help you out. It might not be a question we can answer directly, but we might be able to get you to somebody who can answer that question. So right now I want to turn it over to Jennifer for a moment, and she's going to talk about our mobile food banks that visit our campuses monthly and our food pantries on our campuses. Jen?
Hi, so I'm glad to be here today, and I'm Jennifer Burrows. I'm one of the counselors here at NCTC, and so I just like to help out with this affinity group and share tips and tricks and let you know about resources that we have available here on campus. And then sometimes I know about information and that's out in the community, and I try to keep up with that as well. So try to help you get connected with resources that you might need. So we actually have a number, we have some food pantries on campus at each of our locations. And so in Corinth, I'll start with Corinth, they're our largest campus. So Dr. Del Rio, our she's our dean of student and outreach, and so she actually kind of helps manage and run the food pantry that's in Corinth. And so her room office number is up in 301. So up on the third floor, you can reach out to Dr. Del Rio and she could get you connected with the food pantries. So this is in February of 2021 when we're doing this video today. So I know that they've had tables down in the front lobby area with food. So you can just grab things when you walk by. we don't do any kind of screening and asking you questions. Um, we don't, we're not going to ask you how many people do you have in your house, how much money do you make. We're not going to ask you any of those questions because we know we have students that have needs, and so we want to just help provide those for you. And um, so none of our pantries on campus are going to ask you any of those kind of questions. We're You'll just be able to take what you need. Okay. So Dr. Del Rio up in 301 in Corinth, if there's not a table downstairs for you. And so sometimes there's just a variety of different canned goods there. Sometimes there's even bread available. So there's some different options that are available there in the Corinth pantry. And flour.
I will say currently right now, as of February, those tables are, because I know you're at the Gainesville campus and
Right.
I'm at the Corinth campus. Those tables are there. What they did, the cafe is closed down because of COVID. And so they've moved all the tables into there. They've opened the doors wide open. And that's where all the food is being displayed on the tables there. So right when you come in the main door of the Corinth campus, you'll take a right, and then that's where the food pantry is located. Now that may move whenever you watch this video, but for now, as of February 2021, that is where it is. And if you want to donate anything to that food pantry, you're welcome to donate as well.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, so I'm actually over at the Gainesville campus, and Barbara's over in Corinth. Deborah is actually in Corinth as well. So hopefully we're giving you the best information, even though we're kind of spread out among all of our different campuses. So in Flower Mound, the pantry area is actually down on the first floor. And as far as I know, it stays locked. But all you have to do is go up to the administrative offices in room 200 up on the second floor. And Sarah and Jessica are in those offices. Mainly, Sarah's there most of the time, usually every day. And so she will just go down and open that up for you, and you can get a bag, just put whatever you need in your bag. Some of the offices I know used to have like, just little baskets of snacks and things. So if you need something in between classes, you can just run in one of the offices and probably find a snack if you need something just to help tide you over. So that's kind of how Flower Mound works. Again, you can donate to that pantry as well, or any of our pantries if you want to donate some items to help out for someone that might need some food. In Gainesville, we have a pantry over in the 600 building. And so it's kind of in the back behind where the cafeteria area is. It's kind of in that next section behind the bookstore, kind of have to go past the bookstore to get to it. But you can donate as well to that food pantry, and there's shelves that are getting stocked in there. And we're really excited about having a pantry here in Gainesville for students that may need it, whether you might be in the dorms or, if you commute and you come to campus, if you have family. We know our students have lots of different kind of needs. And so please come in and, get some food that you might need for the week. And then you can come back the next week if you need to. Okay. Um, so Gainesville's up and running over in the 600 building. And then in Bowie and in Graham, they both have giving shelves available in their administrative offices. So Bowie's going to be kind of in the main building there. So not over in the CTC building, but in their main campus in the front where the glass windows are. Karen is over there in Bowie, and so she can definitely help you get connected. Desiree's over in helps with advising. She's one of the coaches, and so she'll know and be able to get you access there. And you can donate items to their giving shelf as well. In Graham, it's over in their main building where Sharice is in that building. I don't know what the number of that building is, but it's the main front building. So Nancy Bramlett's in there with admissions. Sharice is in there with counseling and advising, and Kim Birdwell, the director, is in that office, in that main front office there too. So their shelf is out front. I'm pretty certain it's accessible, and you may be able to see it right when you go in the front doors there. So you can donate to that shelf or you can get items off of there. And so there's food available there. Now, each month, so that's kind of what we have kind of on a regular basis on campus. We also have mobile food bank. So the North Texas Area Food Bank actually comes to the Corinth campus once a month, the last Friday of each month from 1 to 3 o'clock. And so right now with the pandemic going on and trying to social distance, physically distance from each other, you would just have to drive up in your car, and then you'll fill out a form, and then the volunteers, you'll just either pop your trunk or open your back door of your car, and the volunteer will actually put a box of food in your car. So it's already prepackaged kind of items. A lot of times the mobile food banks have fresh produce, and then they have canned goods and things like that as well. So they have perishable and non-perishable items that come with the mobile food bank actually does when they come once a month. So right now they're coming once a month to Corinth. They also have other locations throughout the community um, where they drop off their fresh produce and those kind of things. And so you can actually visit our website to look at more options. We'll go ahead and post a link for our resource page where we have other local food banks and food pantries listed there. So those are kind of the most common ones that a lot of students are using, um, that are out in the community as well. So if you need, if you need to check in twice a month to check in to get some groceries, those kind of things, you can check out more than one place, since they're only going to be on the campus once a month right now in Corinth. So that's the North Texas Area Food Bank that comes once a month. And we also need volunteers for that. So if you have some time on a Friday that you would like to give back to the community, reach out to Dr. Del Rio in room 301 is where her office is up in Corinth on the third floor. And you can just walk in there and let her know that you want to volunteer for the food bank, and she'll get you set up and let you know what kind of things that you need for that. It doesn't require anything. They have a quick little training that they do the morning of those food banks, the food bank dates. But other than that, it's the last Friday of each month from 1 to 3, just in the parking lot in Corinth. So you'll see it's a big truck that'll be there, and so you'll be able to see, and it's real obvious where their location is for that.
Also, if you want to just email Dr. Del Rio and let her know that you're interested, her email address is rdelrio, which is DELRIO at nctc.edu.
Yeah, for sure. If you're not coming on campus right now, but you want to volunteer and come up another day, you definitely can email her as well, and she'll get back to you very quickly. Mhm. Anybody?
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. Is there anything else?
I think that wraps it up mainly for our food pantries and the mobile food bank that we have right now.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, so what I'm going to discuss next is just real quick some shopping tips for stretching your food budget as far as possible. And I'm going to try and share our document. You know what? I don't think it's going to share very well, so maybe I won't do that. But I can still talk about it. So let me go back over here. Here we go. Alrighty, so these are just some things that that I learned through personal experience, that I wanted to share with others that might be in the same situation that we were in. And these are still things that we go by today, even though we're in a much better financial position. We just learned that this is just a very wise way to shop when it comes to groceries. The first one is try to plan meals that have a protein, a vegetable, and a carb. I know that sounds like basic 101 cooking information, but so many things in the grocery stores today are just carbs. And if you just make a meal of carbs, even though that might be very comforting, I know carbs are very comforting for me personally, they will just leave you feeling hungry sooner, and then you'll need to eat more soon after that. And then before you know it, you've kind of eaten your way through the pantry. But if you can make sure that you've got protein in your meals, That is really going to help you feel fuller longer, and it doesn't have to be an expensive protein. Eggs are a phenomenal cheap protein to cook with. I frequently make dinners of eggs. They're inexpensive and they're extremely healthy, and you can do a lot of different things with eggs. And also, it doesn't have to be meat. It can be combinations of foods, such as beans and rice. When you eat them together, they create a complete protein as far as what your body can tell what you're eating. So it doesn't have to be meat if you're a vegetarian or if you just, don't prefer eating meat. You can eat other combinations of foods. And the internet, of course, is a great resource for finding out what all different combinations of things you can eat to make it a protein. Also, don't buy sodas. They're expensive, they're not healthy for you, and consuming all that sugar is really, really bad for our health. Instead, try to drink water as much as you can. Of course, milk is also good, but don't buy bottled water if you don't like the water that comes out of your tap. Buy one of those water filtration pitchers. You can pick one up. I think we got ours at Home Depot for like $20. And then you can just fill it up with your tap water. It filters it and you can drink out of that. The next tip is try not to buy expensive chips, cookies, snacks. Also, it's kind of an obvious tip, but those are real temptations, especially if you have kids in the house like we do. That's what they want, and adults want it too, but we kind of know better. So when it came to cookies, I found it cheaper to make my own treat like once a week. I would just make some homemade snickerdoodles or chocolate chip cookies. And then we just tried to avoid buying the other stuff as much as possible. Obviously, every once in a while you might want to treat yourself, but to make that a regular thing is just not good. Um, when it comes to fast food, try to use self-control not to eat it. I know that they have like the dollar menu and it just seems like, oh, this is just $5 or $7 and I can get a quick meal and that's not that much money. But if you do that frequently, it does add up. For instance, if you just paid for yourself, not even you or any other family members, just yourself, $7 3 times a week, that's $20 for the week right there to spend in fast food when the same $20 would have bought a lot more meals at the grocery store. Um, Also, try to go to the grocery store less often. If you can go once a week or even once every 2 weeks. I know like you might need to go in between if milk, you get through your milk or, you don't want to buy so much milk it spoils before you get through it. Or same thing with fruits and vegetables. But the less you can go to the grocery store, the more money you will save. Also have a list when you go because it'll keep you from just buying all those impulse items that can rack up your bill. Plan your meals. Try to plan meals that you and your family enjoy, 5 or 6 good different meals that you can rotate through. You don't have to cook every night of the week. You can make more one night and eat leftovers for the second night, or make a hot meal one night and do sandwiches the next night, or breakfast for dinner the next night. But when you meal plan, then you make sure you've got all your ingredients. That means you're not running to the store last minute to pick up extra ingredients and then maybe buying other things that you didn't intend to buy. And also, just when you're ready to cook, you've got everything you need right there. So you're not tempted to go, well, I'll just snack on this stuff and then I'll figure out what to fix later on if you've got all your ingredients on hand. And then one last tip, and then I'm going to turn this over to Jen is when you buy protein, try to buy the larger packages of meat. And then when you get home, you can break them apart. If you buy them not frozen, now if you buy a big bag of chicken from Walmart, they're flash frozen. And so you can just stick that in your freezer, pull out a piece or two as you need it and cook it. But like if you go get like the big 5-pound package of ground beef from Walmart, you can bring that home, immediately break it up into Ziploc bags, stick those in the freezer, 1 pound at a time, 2 pounds at a time, whatever. and then cook with what you need, it will stretch your meat budget a little bit further. So we have all this information on a document that Jennifer put together for us. We're going to post this on the NCTC app. You'll see it there. And along with that are some recipes that we recommend. We all make these recipes personally. These are things we make in our home. They're not just things we found on the internet, but they're healthy, they're inexpensive, and they taste really good. So we hope that you'll give them a try. All right, so I'm going to turn this over to Jen now. She's going to wrap up our time today talking about LionCare, and then we'll just add in anything else we need to. Jen?
Perfect. So I want to talk just a little bit about LionCare, which is a new service that we have for our students, and we're so excited to actually finally get this up and running. We've been working on this project for a little while, like over a year, to try to get this for students because we feel like it's something that our students need. Because we know a lot of our students are they're working on their education so they can get into a job and a career, get on a career um, where they have insurance and they have coverage that they need for themselves and their families. And so, in the in between time, while you're here with us, we have a new service that we have partnered with Timely MD, which is a company who provides medical doctors and counselors and mental health professionals to help students. So they only work with students at other colleges and universities. So it's not like just this big company that just services all kinds of people. They work specifically with a college student population. And so we're excited about that. They have great reviews. So all that you have to do once you get enrolled at NCTC, um, and once this semester has just started this spring, you have to open up and create your account through LionCare. And so all of this information is on Canvas. It's on the home page at the top. We have a logo with Leo the lion, he's our mascot. And so he's got a little doctor coat on. And so you can actually see a physician. This is TeleHealth Services. So it's going to be broadcast through telehealth. You'll use an app to utilize these services, but you can see a medical doctor for just your common kind of issues or concerns that you might have for a cold or flu or sinus infection, those kind of basic care things. So you can see a medical physician as much as you need throughout the semester. They can provide prescriptions, so they can actually write you a prescription if you need that. And then they actually also partner with, if you don't have a prescription coverage, their company also works with low cost prescription plans. So they'll help you get that lowest cost prescription. So that way, hopefully, it's more affordable for you to get that prescription. So medical services is there for you to take advantage of throughout the semester. As far as the counseling and the mental health side, they have a feature called Talk Now. And so this is just a qualified mental health professional that you could talk to 24/7, 365 days a week, days a year, not a week. So the Talk Now feature is, if you're say it's late at night and you can't reach out to your advisor or your coach that you may have here at NCTC, you can actually just get on the Talk Now feature and chat with someone. So if it's a major thing that's going on, you can talk with them and then they will get you connected with another resource if you need that. Maybe you just need to talk through something, something happened at home, or some kind of situation came up at work and you didn't know how to handle it and you just needed to talk with someone. Reach out to the Talk Now feature and you can have someone actually visit with you, so you can have just kind of a sounding board to kind of help you through that process. So we have that available. So that's 24/7, as much as you need throughout the semester. And then you can actually meet with a counselor on more of a regular basis. So you actually get 12 counseling sessions an academic year. And then you can get more services after that, but there's a fee that gets charged at that point if you need more than those 12 counseling sessions. But that's really rare that students need more than that. But if you do, definitely reach out to myself or Courtney, the other counselor, and we'll work with Timely MD to make sure that you get the services that you need. So if you have, maybe there's an issue that you're working on personally for the semester and you know that you need some extra support with that and someone to check in on a more regular basis, then definitely get connected with one of the Timely MD counselors. And there's a whole panel of counselors. They even speak different languages. So if you need someone that speaks Spanish or, any other kind of language, they have a whole list of a lot of resources. So much more than what we here at NCTC can offer. They offer so much more to get you the access that you actually need to help support you along the way. So the only thing you have to do is just set your account up, and then once you're in there, it's real easy, very user friendly. The Talk Now feature usually is about 5 to 7 minute wait time, if that long, if you're waiting to talk to someone. The counseling appointments are going to be a scheduled appointment that you would make. So anyways, that's just a little bit of information about that. LionCare, we're so excited, and we've already had a ton of students already get registered, make their accounts, and have already been seeing the doctors. And we're not even in, we're in what, third week of the semester. So we're very excited to offer this service and hope that it will maybe benefit you with your time while you're here at NCTC. Anything else
Thank you,
I've left
Jennifer.
out? Okay.
I wanted to emphasize that it's free.
Mhm.
I think you said that, but I know it's in all of our advertising, but it's worth saying again, it's completely free. There's no copay. It's absolutely free. The only thing you would be paying for would be your prescription, if you need the doctor to write your prescription. But like Jen said, there are low cost prescription, outlets out there that I've used personally. They do work. My husband gets migraines. Migraine medication is very expensive, and we've been able to get it for pennies on the dollar through some of those services.
Mm.
And then the other thing I want to mention is if you were already enrolled this semester and you needed to withdraw from your classes, you still have access to this service for this semester because we know that um, your health can be one of the barriers keeping you from staying in school. And so we want to help eliminate that barrier as much as possible. So if you're watching this video and let's say you withdrew from your classes this week and you're like, oh no, I don't get this benefit now, you do. You just sign in with your NCTC student information and you will have access to it. Now that goes on a semester by semester basis. Is that right, Jennifer?
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
not for the academic year. So if you don't register for summer or fall, you would no longer have access to that. But for this spring semester, you do. So
Right. So, yes, as long as you're registered for this semester, even if you did a withdrawal, you would still be eligible to receive services through Timely MD through May, so the end
right.
of the semester. Um, there was one other thing, and now I forgot what it was. That was um, Oh, if you do have insurance, so say you have a health coverage insurance, with your job or maybe still on your parents' insurance, sometimes the copays are still really expensive, depending on what the plan is. They're not going to ask you at Timely MD if you have insurance. They're not going to ask you that question. You can still utilize Timely MD for healthcare and mental health services, even if you have an insurance, even if you're covered under some other insurance plan. So it still is free for you, even if you have another plan that you're covered under. But if you don't, it's free. Um, and then just also make sure you re-register for the next semester until you're finished with us and you graduate. So as long as you're registered with us, then your service is going to continue with Time
Okay.
MD. Maybe that's a good way to say that part. just a different way to say it. But as long as you're continuing with us, then you'll still have services
Right.
with us. But it does check on a regular basis. No, just once a semester, we'll turn in a list of who's registered with us. So all you have to have is your student email and then first and last name. So that's how you set up your account with Timely MD, and that's all you need for that.
And if you're not sure what your student email is, just give advising or admissions a call and we'll help you figure that out.
For sure. Timely MD also has customer service that's like 24/7. So if you have any kind of technical issues that happen, their customer service number is on their links on all their pages and all their links and everything and on that app. So call their customer service. You're not going to get transferred over to some other random, you know, push this number to get to this next office. So you're actually going to get someone, a live person to talk to you, and it's 24/7. So they have really good customer service care for technical issues, which I think is rare. But if you did have an issue that came up, definitely reach out to their customer service.
Yeah, and that's important too, because I know I've used other telehealth services where the doctor was going to write a couple of prescriptions and then he forgot, like he only put in for one, but he didn't put in for the other one. And it would have been great to have a customer service number to call to say, hey, I don't even know how to get back to that doctor specifically, but he didn't write this prescription and we needed that. Um, Whereas it looks like all, from the user end, all you could do was just go through the system all over again and get a completely different doctor. So that's good to know.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Well, I don't want to leave Deborah out. Deborah Russell works here at the NCTC Corinth campus in the Tech Hire office. She is one of our mentors. We just have her muted because she's also taking phone calls this morning and we didn't want to interrupt. But Deborah, was there anything you want to add?
I I think all of the tips and everything you gave were wonderful, and I am so excited about the LionCare as well. I think that is such an awesome thing that NCTC is doing for our students. It is very appreciated by many, I know.
Yes, it is for sure. So I guess that wraps up anything. Jen, did you want to add anything else?
No, I think we've covered a lot of information. So definitely reach out if you have questions. You can email counseling@nctc.edu if you have questions about line care or need some kind of support with that, or even if you have questions about food pantries or the mobile food bank, just reach out. So counseling@nctc.edu, that's one of the emails that I check frequently. So we'll definitely get back with you if you have any questions about any of those things.
Right. Or you can just call the main number for NCTC. You can call the advising office. Most everybody on campus knows either the answer to that question or can get you to somebody who does know the answer to that question. So please reach out. Don't not get something because you're not sure how to get to it. We will help you figure out a way to get to it. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for watching, and we hope to have more helpful videos up in the near future. But until then, take care and let us know if you need anything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.